What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, aka That Sports Gamer, here for Out of the Park Developments. We are playing Out of the Park Baseball 16 tonight. But before we get into it, let's talk about some cool stuff that happened. This past Tuesday, yesterday if you're watching this live, the National League turned 140 years old. Yes, that is correct. February 2nd, 1876, the National League was created. At the time, there were 8 teams: the Chicago White Stockings, Philadelphia Athletics, Boston Red Stockings, Hartford Dark Blues, the Mutual of New York, St. Louis Brown Stockings, Cincinnati Red Stockings, and Louisville Grays. Obviously, you're thinking some of those teams are still around, like the Cincinnati Red Stockings, the Chicago White Stockings, the Boston Red Stockings. Actually, you're wrong. None of those are around. Well, actually, no. None of those ones I think I just said are around. The only 2 remaining are the Chicago White Stockings, which you would guess are the White Sox. You would be completely incorrect. They are the Chicago Cubs now. They went through a couple name changes before they got to the Cubs. In 1876, they were the Chicago White Stockings. 1890, they became the Chicago Colts. 1898, they became the Chicago Orphans, and then 1903, they became known as the Chicago Cubs, as they live and breathe today. Now, the other team, the Boston Red Stockings. Again, you're probably thinking, these are the Boston Red Sox. We know them, we love them. They've been around forever. They play in Fenway Park in Boston. Guess what? You'd be completely wrong. The Boston Red Stockings from 1876, which actually started in 1871, became what is now known as the Atlanta Braves. And if you thought the Cubs went through some name changes, the Braves went through quite a number of them themselves. I'm not going to read the years because there's so many. They started off as the Red Stockings, then they became the Red Caps, then the Bean Eaters, the Doves, the Rustlers, the Boston Braves in 1912, then the Boston Bees in 1936. 41, they became the Braves again, then moved to Milwaukee in 53, until finally in 66 they moved down to Atlanta. Where are they? They were in Fulton County Stadium, then they were in Turner Field, and they're already moving out again to SunTrust Field. So in honor of the 140th anniversary of the National League, tonight we'll be playing the all-time Braves at the all-time Cubs. We'll see if Chipper Jones can hit another home run as he did last week, which propelled the Braves over the Mets. So let's get into some more current news, something a little newer than 140 years old. Greg Bird of the Yankees. He suffered a torn labrum. He's going to need surgery. He's going to be out for the whole year. That's going to be rough on the Yankees. This is Mark Teixeira's last year. Last year he only played 111 games for them. So they're going to be looking for a guy that is going to be able to play some games. I don't know who they're going to sign. I've seen some rumors about Juan Uribe, a guy they had, Garrett Jones. He's playing for, I believe, the Yomiuri Giants in Japan now. Pedro Alvarez is out there. He's only 28. He's going to command a lot of money. I don't know if they want to do that kind of thing. I mean, if they get him, they can play him at first and a little bit at third. But he's not going to play. He's not going to have a full-time spot. And I think Pedro Alvarez is kind of looking for a full-time job, so I don't even know if they didn't throw a ton of money at him if he would go there. And he'd probably be looking for something long-term. Teixeira's done after this season on this contract, so maybe that's a move they make. I can see the Juan Uribe thing, but Greg Bird going down is going to be a tough thing for the Yankees to overcome this year. Some other news is the Orioles are, I don't know if they're in negotiations, but supposedly there is talk that the Orioles are looking at Padres pitcher Andrew Cashner, Cash Money Cha-ching, as I like to call him. So I'm just going to load up this save and pull him up. This is using the September 1st save for Out of the Park Baseball 16, which you can find on our forums at ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button, and you can get over there. So we have Cashner rated pretty good: a 16 fastball, a 13 slider, a 12, an 11 out of 12 changeup. Currently 3 stars, got 3.5 star potential. He's a good dude. Throws a lot of innings when healthy, so that's something they could use, especially with losing Wei and Chen to the Marlins. So that would be a nice pickup for them. Will it come through? Who knows? Willibaldo Jimenez throw 200 innings again. Highly questionable that that's not going to happen, but we'll see what happens with that. Another thing that I want to talk about, which is one of my favorite things, is I love these Asian players coming over the major leagues. And today we just got news of another big signing. Let me bring up his page. I believe it's Dae-ho Lee. Just signed with the Mariners. I have a save of the Nippon Professional League that we can pull up real quick. When I look at Dae-ho Lee, I like to think he is the Korean Miguel Tejada. And you say, how is he the Korean Miguel Tejada? And I say, simple. Let's pull up his page. Let me shrink down my video so you can see his stat line and stuff. Put me over in this corner, even though no one puts baby in the corner. 32 years old, which is actually right about, did I say Miguel Tejada? Miguel Cabrera. 32 years old, so it's right around his age. He's going to be 33 playing this year. 15 contact, 11 power, 13 home run power, 13 discipline, and 12 avoid Ks. As you can see right now, we've got him as a 5-star rated player with 5-star potential. He's a big dude too. Coming in at, I think he's about 6'4", 290, something like that, which is a big dude. Hence the Miguel Cabrera similarities. What do we got here? 6'4", 286, big dude. And if you can look down here at his year 2000, it's the 2000 stat line. It is the 2010 stat line. He hit 364 with 44 home runs and 130 RBIs for the Chiba Lotte, or the Lotte Giants. So, dude's a beast. I think the Mariners got him for a year at $4 million. Could be a steal. They had a lot of problems with first base last year with Mixon and Lomo and a whole bunch of guys playing at first base. But he could be the solution to their problems. Also, was it 2 years ago? They had a very left-handed lineup. So getting a new right-handed bat in there is a big deal. Let me pull up the Mariners page on Baseball Reference. I just want to see how many guys they had play first base last year, because I'm pretty sure it was a lot. Here's what I don't understand about Google. I always want to go to Baseball Reference. I never want to go to MLB.com. Always Baseball Reference. Yet sometimes it just refuses. Yeah, so last year, Logan Morrison played the most games at first base for them. But then they also had Dustin Ackley play a couple games, Jesus Montero, a lot of stuff. This guy's going to bring in the bat that they need that's going to crush. Because Lomo hit 225 last year. If this guy can hit 270 with 25 jacks, that's a huge upgrade. That could get them into the playoffs? I don't know. They got Felix. They got Taiwan Walker. They got Taiwan Walker back, right? And Iwakuma back with his 1-year deal. Things could be popping off for the Mariners this year. What else do we want to say? Talked about the 100-year anniversary. And let's see. What else? The Yankees spent no money in the offseason this year. That was one of the big stories that came along with the Greg Bird news. I guess they spent a lot of money 2 years ago. So this year, haven't spent much. I'm really wondering if they're going to go out and get somebody to fill that spot to back up first base for Teixeira. Other news is that the Brewers are shopping Matt LaCroix. Who's going to take him? I don't know. Pretty sure he wants out of there. So let's go hop into some gameplay. Guys, I found out something that I did not know about because I don't use my eyes the best, and it's great. Night Attack 09 says, thoughts on the Blue Jays grass infield? The Blue Jays are switching to a grass infield? I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. And if that's true, I also don't believe it. So this is using Cooperstown's all-timers lineup. All-time lineup. You can get to that even if you just go through a quick start league. So what I want to find is a Cubs home game against the Braves. Also, guys, coming out not too far from now, We're going to start releasing some Out of the Park Baseball 17. Can't say when, but I can tell you that you need to make sure you're signed up for the newsletter at ootpdevelopments.com to be the first ones to get the information on Out of the Park Baseball 17. You're going to love it, and it's going to be great. So make sure you're signed up there. I'll put a link in the chat if I can spell newsletter correctly. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, I will leave a link down below in the description field so you can sign up for the newsletter there. And if you're not on the YouTube channel, if you're watching this live and you're not a fan of the YouTube channel or a sub to the YouTube channel, head over to youtube.com/OOTPdevelopments. Subscribe. We'd appreciate that. Also, hit us up on Facebook and Twitter, and we are /OOTP Baseball on both of them. Also, you can follow me as well on Twitter at ThatSportsGamer. So, schedule. Get to this page. Schedule. Do we have it lined up for a Braves contest? I don't think so. At the Braves, I would like the Braves to be playing in Chicago, if that's a possibility. Hopefully we don't sim through it like we did last time, because that was really embarrassing. Nope, I guess we don't have them at the Braves. We had them at Milwaukee. All right, well, I guess we're simming to the 9th to play this game. Specified date, sim to May 9th. Guys, I learned something huge. As you've been watching these, you've noticed sometimes when I'm reading the play-by-play, I've been tripping over my words. That, folks, is because I was not smart enough to hit the little option to slow down the play-by-play so that I don't have to read as fast as I was doing, because I was literally losing my mind doing that. Okay, let's see. We got 3 games here. Let's see which pitching matchup we like the most. All right, so guys, if you're in the chat, give me a 1 for the Cubs and a 2 for the Braves. Who you think is going to win this game? National League. Clark Griffith versus Greg Maddux. Did Greg Maddux throw the last game? I think he did. What's the 10th matchup looking like? Rick Arushel and Tom Glavine? Or, I kind of want to see Tom Glavine versus Rick Russell. Unless this one blows me away. Carlos Zambrano at Warren Spahn. I think we're going to go Rick Russell and Tom Glavine. Let's see how this goes. Let's finish out that day. Don't tell me I hit the wrong button again. I hit the wrong button again. I should have went back to the other page. But look, Greg Maddux won. Chipper Jones got player of the game with a home run. Great job. All right, so we need to do that. Back to the 10th. Let's play this game. Eddie Martinez, who'd he sign with? Did he sign with someone? I knew the Braves were looking at who? Lazarito? Here we go. PPP speed. Change that to slow. And the Cubbies got Eddie Martinez. That's huge. $3 million. So, are these guys signing for less than they normally signed, or have I always just assumed the Cuban players were signing for a lot more? This guy's drawing comparisons to Andrew Jones, who one of the greatest center fielders of all time. Don't get it twisted. All right, so we're going slow, full detail, because we love it. I know the Braves are looking at Lazarito. I forget what position he played. I think he was an outfielder, but he's only 16 years old, so we're not going to see him for 5 years. So it looks like the Cubs lineup is going to be Ryan Sandberg, Mark Grace, Hack Wilson, Sammy Sosa, Gabby Hartnett, Andy Pafko, the first Topps baseball card, if I'm not mistaken. Riggs Stevenson, Aramis Ramirez, and Joe Tinker. Against Hugh Duffy, Javi Lopez, Hank Aaron, Chipper Jones, Eddie Matthews, Dale Murphy, Earl Torgenson, Davey Johnson, Rafael Furcal, and Tom Glavine. But who knows what happens when we get into the game. Sometimes the AI likes to switch it up. So what we're going to do here, let's go here. Now we can hear the music. Let me know if that's too loud for you guys. Now we're just looking at Rafael Furcal. I wanted to switch it up. Webcast view, I hear people like. So you can get the actual outfield dimensions there. You tell me what you guys like. I've been a fan of 3D view, but we can switch it up tonight if we want to go somewhere. Let's see, pitch. I hear a lot of people like webcast view. Yeah, I'm also surprised how many Korean players have come over this year. I think when we get OOTP 17 in our hands, one of the things that I'm going to do almost immediately is start running some sims to see how these guys end up doing. Between the final boss, Dae-ho Lee, and is it Byung-ho Lee? What's his name? Who's the guy that the Twins signed? Byung-ho Park, right? That's what I thought. All right, let's get to it. So let's see. Did they change the lineups at all? Sandberg, Grace, Wilson, Sosa, Hartnett, Pafko, Stevenson, Ramirez, Tinker. Yeah, guys, if you haven't filled out the survey, if you go to facebook.com/OOTP baseball, we have a survey where you can win a copy of Out of the Park 17 and Franchise Hockey Manager 2. So I highly recommend going over there and doing that. Hugh Duffy, Javi Lopez, Hank Aaron, Chipper Jones, Eddie Matthews, Daniel Murphy. The playoffs from this year still stuck in my head thinking about what he was doing for the Mets. Dale Murphy is the actual player. Earl Torgenson. Davey Jackson. Losing my mind here. Davey Johnson and Rafael Furcal. I believe Furcal had a good game last week, if I am not mistaken. But we got Ryan Sandberg leading it off here for the Chicago Cubs in Turner Field in Atlanta, up against Tom Glavine. You may not know that Tom Glavine was drafted by the LA Kings of the NHL back in the day. What do we got here? 66 degrees, wind blowing out to left at 9 miles an hour, and it's time for the first pitch. Tom Glavine takes the mound for the Braves with a 2-5 record in this little season that we got going here. Moving into the box is Ryan Sandberg. He's batting .264 on the year, 4 home runs and 14 RBIs. Glavine looks in for the sign, shrugs it off. Now he's ready. He winds and fires. Batter swings, sent airborne towards the gap in deep left center. Tough play for Murphy, but there's no catch in this one. It falls and bounces to the wall. Sandberg takes a wide turn. Sandberg pulling a second with a leadoff double. It's his 10th double of the season, folks. Next up for the Cubs is Mark Grace. Then he also finished his career out with the Diamondbacks later on. But one of the faces of the Cubs for quite a long time in the 90s. Grounds it up the middle for Cal lunges, but it gets in the center field. Going to third is Sandberg. He's rounding, going home, and he scores. And the Cubs take a 1-0 lead on the Mark Grace single up the middle. Lefty, Mark Grace just does the job against Tom Glavine right there. Coming up now, Hack Wilson. I believe he has the record for most RBIs in a season, if I'm not crazy, with like 190. Is that Hack Wilson? Tough to remember. Hack goes down swinging to Tom Glavine on the fastball. Sammy Sosa, as we know. Did you know Sammy Sosa 4 times hit 60 home runs, and none of those times he led the league in home runs? Crazy. Glavine fires, swung on up in the short left center field. Murphy sprints for it, but he can't get there in time, and it's down for a base hit. Grace goes to second and rounds and goes to third, and that makes it a 15-game hit streak for Sammy Sosa. Yeah, that 1998 season with Sosa and McGuire was ridiculous. I think I was 14. I will never forget that summer. Those guys were just bashing the ball left and right. Gabby Hartnett up for the Cubs. Misses a slide, takes a slider for ball 4, hustles down to second base is Sosa, and we're gonna have the bases loaded for Andy Pafko. I believe the first card that Topps put out was an Andy Pafko. You've seen the movie Cop Out. It talks about that card a little bit. Glavine lifts his leg, throws home. Pafko swings, ground ball hit reasonably hard, passes the mound towards second and into center field. Wow. The Cubs are just beating up on Tom Glavine right now as they bring the merry-go-round around, and the Cubs lead 2-0, and they still have the bases juiced. Or sorry, not bases juiced. Sammy made it to third. No, bases juiced. I'm losing my mind, folks. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. That's how I didn't see the play-by-play slow detail button. Riggs Stevenson steps to the plate. Oy. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Glavine from the stretch comes home with it. Stevenson swings, cracked hard to left. A base hit for Stevenson, and he'll add to his RBI total. Sosa crosses the plate. Hartnett takes third. Pafko to second, and the merry-go-round continues. Cubs are up now 3-0 with only 1 down, and sending up their 8-hitter, Aramis Ramirez, to the plate. He's hitting .220 on the season with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. The 0-1, Ramirez swings, grounder slap toward third. Jones fields it over to second for 1. The throw to first to take care of Ramirez. Double play. Pitcher's best friend gets him out of the inning, but not before the Cubs score 3 runs. Whew, Carlos Zambrano. Braves are just hoping Carlos Zambrano has one of his classic meltdowns and goes to start smashing bats into water coolers. But we'll see if they can do something here. Hugh Duffy leads off for the Braves. Zambrano cranks and fires, swung on, popped high in the air, out towards second. Sandberg under it. He puts the squeeze on it for out number 1 of the inning. Javi Lopez coming up now for the Braves. The 1994 Fleer Flare card of Javi Lopez. Beautiful. Wind up the pitch, swung on, hard drive toward right center. A gapper. Sosa going back. He can't run it down, and it's off the wall. Javi turns around first. Sosa cuts it. He throw to second base, but it's not in time. Javi Lopez in there with a double. Hammer and Hank up to the plate with a runner on second and 1 out. Zambrano gets the sign, looks at Lopez. Here's the pitch. Aaron swings, hits straight up to shallow right center. Sandberg under it to make the second out of the innings. 2 pop flies to Sandberg in this inning are the first 2 outs of the ballgame for the Braves. Chipper hitting .293 with 7 jacks and 21 RBIs. 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Jones hits a line drive toward second for a base hit. And Jones goes to third. Runners on first and second for the Braves with Eddie Matthews with his 16 contact, 18 power coming to the plate. He can tie this game up right here. He's hitting .313 with 6 home runs and 11 RBIs in the year. Sinking fly ball to left. The ball falls in for a base hit, and Javi Lopez is going to score. Taking second is Jones. Matthews with the RBI single, and Chicago is still out in front 3-1, but the Braves are making moves right now. Still runners on first and second for Dale Murphy. Zambrano delivers. The runners are on the go. Ball 4, and the bases are juiced with 2 outs. for Earl Torgeson. 12 contact, 13 power. This is the time. If the Braves want to make a move right here early in this game, Torgeson digs in. Hard hit ground ball to the right side, but Sandberg's there to get it to make the third out as he throws him out at first base. All 3 outs recorded by Ryne Sandberg this inning. But the Braves do get one, and we go to the second inning with a 3-1 Cubs lead. Up to bat is Joe Tinker of Tinker, Evers, and Chance fame. And he's going to swing at a 3-2 pitch and strike out, and he knew it was a bad pitch. Swung anyway. It's all good. Well, not for him. Sandberg's up after making 3 outs of the last inning. He's got a double in the first. Base is empty. 1 out. The windup. Glavine delivers. Sandberg swings. Frozen rope out towards short right. Aaron chases after it, but he can't make the catch, and it falls in for a hit. Ryne Sandberg, folks, is now 2-for-2. And putting on a defensive spectacle out there? Amazing. Mark Grace comes up. He's 1-for-1 with an RBI. Glavine gets the sign, the stretch, and the 2-2 offering. Swung on, hard shot on the ground to the right side. Johnson fields it. Quick throw to second for 1. The throw to first, and Grace is out for the double play. And that's going to do it for the Cubs in the top of the second inning. Cubs are still up 3-1. David Johnson leading off here for the Braves. He's playing second base tonight. I think in last week's game he played first. Zambrano delivers soft fly ball to short left field. After it is Pafko, but he won't get it, and it is going to drop in there for a base hit. Runner on first for Rafael Furcal. Wouldn't be surprised if he bunts him over. He's hitting 275 this year, though. 7 home runs, 24 RBIs, 3-2 count. Zambrano sets the pitch. Furcal takes ball 4. Braves, look, the Braves got down early, but they are just trying to strike back here. Hugh Duffy up now with 2 on and none out. The right-hander rocks and fires a swing, a hot shot past the mound. Tinker has it on the left. The flip to Sandberg at second. Sandberg keeps the ball in his glove because he's got no play at first. Good decision on the fielder's choice, leaving the Braves with runners on the corners and 1 down. And the slow Javi Lopez, who could easily ground into double play, coming up next. Lopez is 1-for-1 with a double, though. The 1-0 pitch, the swing, towering pop-up out towards second. Under it is Sandberg to make yet another play. Braves have 2 down here with the runners on the corners. Hank Aaron. 3-1 count. Zambrano out of the stretch. Flies, swung on, hit high, out towards second. Sandberg measures it, and he has it. That retires the side. Sandberg has been part of every out the Braves have made so far. Unbelievable. Hack Wilson up for the Cubs. It's a fly ball out to right field. Aaron drifts towards it, and he fondles it in his glove for the first out. Interesting. I don't know if I would have gone with fondles it as a way to describe a catch. But what you gonna do? Still trying to find out if Hack Wilson does, in fact, have the single-season record for most RBIs. I think he had 190, or I'm losing my mind. Or am I thinking, no, Hack Wilson. 1930. 56 homers, 191 RBIs. Also hit 356. Not too shabby. Sammy Sosa up to the plate. He's 1-for-1 on the day. 3-1 pitch from Glavine. Sosa swings a screaming liner down the line to shallow right. To put in pursuit is Aaron. He lunges, but it's just out of his reach and drops in, rolling into foul territory. Sosa isn't stopping at first. Aaron gets the ball back in. Sosa has himself a stand-up double. Yeah, for some reason I thought it might have been Hank Greenberg had the record, but Hack, it's all good. Hartman hitting next the pitch. Struck him out with a fastball. Tom Glavine. That's his 3rd K of the game. Andy Pafko up with 2 out. Pafko hits a looper towards shallow left center field and drops in for a base hit. Sosa goes rounds third, sprinting home, and Pafko gets the run-scoring single. The Cubs extend their lead to 4-2-1. 2 outs now for Riggs Stevenson with Pafko on at first base. He's 1-for-1 with an RBI. Glavine brings it, swung on, ground ball up the middle for a base hit. A lot of hits in this game. Over to second goes Pafko. So far, 9 hits for the Cubs, We're not even through 3 innings yet. Aramis Ramirez coming up. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. Ramirez swings. Hard ground ball past the pitcher towards second base. Fielded by Cal. He steps on the base for the force out. That retires the side. The Cubs score a run, making the lead 4-1. Whew. Man, Tom Glavine getting worn out right here. Zambrano's got no Ks and 2 walks. I feel like Glavine's just letting up so many hits. I don't know how long he's going to stay in this game. He's got 9. Cubs have 9 hits so far. Atlanta's only got 4. Chipper's coming up to the plate, trying to make it 5. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a full count. Zambrano, the windup, the pitch, the swing, driven hard toward deep left center field. After it is Pafko, but it is gone. Home run for Chipper Jones. He hit a slider that flattened out. It's number 8 for Chipper Jones in the season, going a distance of 393 feet. That's how the Braves bring it back. 4-2 now. Eddie Matthews up. They got some boppers in the middle of this lineup, so this 4-2 lead might not be able to hold up. Though Matthews hits a little dinker to third base, Ramirez backhands it, fires it to first for the first out of the inning. Del Murphy up with 1 out. Zambrano wheels and deals Murphy with the swing. Hopper to first base. Grace corrals it and touches the bag for out number 2. Earl Torgensen. I want to throw an N in there. Earl Torgensen is up next, hoping to keep the inning alive. Zambrano kicks and delivers. Torgensen swings. Line shot down the right field line into short, and it drops for a base hit. So Davey Johnson coming up with 1 on, 2 out. Can we tie it up right here? Zambrano comes to the set. The pitch. Torgensen breaks for second. Johnson takes a sinker low and inside. The throw, the tag, and Torgensen is out at second base, trying to get risky. I don't know what he's doing. Somebody give that man the stop sign. Come on. So I guess Johnson's going to lead off next inning now. Joe Tinker up for the Cubbies. 2-2 pitch. Tinker swings, hit weakly on the ground towards Glavine, who picks it up, throws it over to first base for out number 1. That was come to think of it, that last inning, I don't think Ryan Sandberg made 1 play. That was great. Ryan Sandberg hits a 2-2 pitch, slaps it towards third, but Chipper takes it and fires it over first to get the second out of the inning. Mark Grace up. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. 2-2 count from Grace. The full windup. The pitch. Grace swings. Slow bouncer to the right side. Torgensen reaches to his right, grabs it, and throws to Glavine, hustling over to cover. Grace is out. And that's 3 downs. No hits, no errors, no runs for the Cubs this inning. Score is still 4-2. I do kind of wish we had the pitcher bat in this, because as Tom Glavine knows, chicks dig the long ball. Davey Johnson stands in. He's 1 for 1 with a full count. Zambrano delivers. Johnson swings. Trickle towards short. Tinker has the play. Throws it across the diamond for out number 1. Getting set to hit is Raphael Cal with 1 out in the 9th. The 9th? What am I reading? 1 out in the 4th. He hits a bouncer down to Grace, who picks it up and gently steps on first base for the second out of the inning. Hugh Duffy with 2 outs and no one on. He hasn't gotten a hit so far this game. Zambrano rocks and fires. Duffy swings. Line drive down the left field line. Pafko has a hurry, but he can't get to it. Thinking 2 is Duffy. Pafko has it to throw in a second, and he is in there with a double. Hugh Duffy in scoring position now for Javier Lopez. Can Javi drive him in to get the game to just 1 run? 0-2 count. Struck him out on a swing, on a slider, sinker. Swinging slider? Sinker? Any of those words work. Doesn't matter. Javier Lopez is still out for the 3rd out of the inning. And now we go to the top of the 5th with Hack Wilson leading off against Tom Glavine. Tom Glavine already up to 85 pitches. Yeeks. The pitch from Glavine swings, misses the changeup. It's going to be he doesn't swing. Glavine missed the changeup for ball 4, giving Hack Wilson the leadoff walk. Obviously, when he knows Hack Wilson has a year with 56 home runs, he probably wants to walk him. Sosa up. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Swung on, hot ground to the left side. Jones fields it cleanly over to Johnson for 1. The relay to first, and they get Sosa as well. Double play. pitcher's best friend. Roll a pair. Glavin's going to love that. Hopefully trying to keep this pitch count down. Still at 94 pitches. Glavin toes the rubber into the windup. Kicks, fires, swung on, ripped out towards center field. But Duffy hustles toward it, and he has it for the third out of the inning. Cubs remain up 4-2 through 4.5 innings. Bottom of the fifth. Hank Aaron leading off for the Braves. He doesn't have a hit so far this game. The 1-1 swung on, a hard shot on the ground down towards the third base line. Ramirez lunges and he gets it into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Aaron. Pasco throws, quick throw to second, and there's, Aaron. Aaron on his horse went sprinted down to second base just to make Pasco the throw, but he is not going to get the throw there in time. Aaron there with a double. Chipper Jones up. Carlos Zambrano only at 78 pitches. He's not doing bad. Chipper Jones here could tie it. Don't forget he had a home run earlier in the game. He's 2 for 2 with a homer. RBI. The stretch. The 3-2. Jones swings. Rolls to the left side of the mound. Zambrano over to pick it up. And the throw to first. And it gets Chipper. Hank Aaron is stuck at second base. One down for Eddie Matthews. The 1-2. Or not the 1-2. He's 1 for 2. The count is also 1-2. And he swings at misses on strike 3. Dale Murphy, the last hope for this inning for the Braves. 2-2 pitch. Murphy swings. Hot ground ball past Zambrano. Sandberg makes the backhand grab. The throw to first. And he's out to end the fifth inning. Cubs remain up 4-2. Next up for the Cubs, Andy Pafko. He's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. Glavin into the windup. The 2-0 pitch swung on, hit in the air. Toward deep left, hurrying back is Murphy, but it's gone for Andy Pafko. Whew. Got a sinker from Glavin, and he hammered it. That gives the Cubs a 5-2 lead. 102 pitches so far from Glavin. I would not be surprised if the Braves bullpen is rocking right about now. Riggs Stevenson up, also 2 for 2 with an RBI. The payoff pitch, Stevenson swings, high fly ball down the left field line. Going back to it is Murphy, and he reaches up to make the grab on the warning track. Almost had back-to-back home runs right there. Gene Garber in now for the Braves. He's got a 6.94 ERA in 9 games. Yikes. Aramis Ramirez comes at the bat. The right-hander gets the sign, delivers. Ramirez swings, hit on the ground to the left side. For Cal, grabs it. This throws a bit offline, but Torgerson with the backhand stretch has it for the out. Yeah, Night Attack. I don't know why, but for some reason, I get this weird thing like that. This thing, what? I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know if it's XSplit acting up or like an open GL driver issue. I feel like it hasn't happened before. But I've been trying to figure that out. But let's keep it going. Javi catching. Joe Tinker up for the Cubs. The run in after Pafko's home run. Tinker's hitless on the gave. Garber delivers. Swung on line drive out to right center. After it is Aaron, and he makes the running grab. Aaron made a tough play look easy, and that retires the side. Nobody left on. The Cubs add a run. The score is 5-2. Yeah, it's like a weird static crosshatch flash thing. I have no idea what it is. Earl Torgerson leads it off. He's 1 for 2 on the game. 2-1 count from the windup. Zambrano delivers, swung on, hard grounder toward first. Grace makes the pickup, and he beats the runner to the bag for out number 1. Zambrano's up to 98 pitchers, so this is probably going to be his last inning of the game. Davey Johnson steps in. He's 1 for 2 today. Zambrano winds, fires the 0-2 pitch, and he strikes him out on a sinker. That's going to be strikeout number 3 on the day for Carlos Zambrano. For Cal up, the 9-hitter for the Braves. Pitch comes in, the swing. This one's lifted deep to left center. To right center, Wilson is after it, and he hauls it in, and that retires the side, leaving the Cubs up 5-2. Gene Garber still in there for the Braves. Ryan Sandberg, he's 2 for 3 with a double. Garber winds and fires, swung on, grounded sharply to first base side. Torgerson gloves it, and he takes it to the bag himself for out number 1. Here comes Mark Grace. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Garber into his motion. Grace swings, grounded to the right side. Grounded, gathered by Johnson. He throws it over to first. An offline throw and in the dirt, but Torgerson picks it up and Grace is out. That's 2 plays in 2 innings. So Torgerson has had to make nice catches to save some errors from the Braves infield. Hack Wilson up with 2 out and no one on. He's over 2 in the game. 3-0 count to Wilson. The wind up, the pitch from Garber, and that's going to be ball 4 and putting Wilson on first base. Smart move. I think Wilson's been, walked twice? Ridiculous. Sammy Sosa up. Why would you walk someone in the face with Sammy Sosa, who's 2 for 3 with a double? The 1-0, Sosa smashed it on the ground up the middle for Cal dives, but it's just out of reach. Over to second goes Wilson. Wilson goes around. He's going to third. Duffy has it. The throw to third. The tag, and he's safe at third base. Sosa stays at first, so with runners on the corners, now batting for the Cubs is Gabby Hartnett. He's hitting 286 with runners in scoring position this season. Hartnett waiting on the 1-2. Here it is, swing and a miss. Hartnett down on strikes, and Gerber gets out of the inning with unscathed. Cubs still lead 5-2. Randy Myers in for the Cubbies. The nasty lefty. Hugh Duffy up for the Braves. Randy Myers has a 7.11 ERA in 12 2/3 innings pitched. Duffy's 1 for 3 with a double. 1 strike count. Myers into the windup. The swing. Blistered to center. And Duffy has a single to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. Javi up. The pitch, Lopez swings, popped up, silo shot, foul, turning foul, left side, has it is Ramirez, heel of his glove, oh, but it bounces out, and Ramirez is going to get charged with an error, but luckily it dropped into foul territory, and the batter will get a second chance. Whew! Lucky for Ramirez that it landed in foul territory, also lucky for Javi that he hit a home run in a silo, and Ramirez dropped it. 1 strike pitch, Duffy's on his way to second, called strike 2. No throw by Hartnett because he dropped the ball and Duffy steals second without a throw. We've got an 0-2 count on Javi now. Myers gets the sign, the 2-2. Line by Lopez down to left field line. Taking third is Duffy. Javi only gets a single on that. Hank Aaron up here with a chance to tie it up with runners in the corners and nobody out. 1 for 3 on the game with a double. Count is 3-1 from the stretch. The pitch, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Larry Wayne Jones. Chipper batting from the right side, more of his contact side than his power side. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a home run and RBI. The pitch, Jones swings, ropes on a line towards short center field. In pursuit is Wilson, but he can't get to it. And there it is, a base hit. The Chipper Jones coming home is Duffy. Lopez goes to third, Aaron to second, Chipper with an RBI single, and the Braves bring the score to 5-3. Myers might blow this. Eddie Matthews up, the 1-1 wild pitch, and all the runners advance. Lopez comes in to score. Aaron takes third, Chipper to second. Wow, Randy Myers might be getting a little frazzled right now as the Braves inch even closer, 5-4. Another wild pitch by Randy Myers. Aaron scores, Chipper to third, and the Braves tie it up on 2 wild pitches. Unbelievable. Ugh. Ugh, Eddie Matthews still at the plate after getting 2 free RBIs. Chipper Jones on third. 3-1. Base on ball for Eddie Matthews. At least Myers didn't hit the backstop. I guess that's a good thing. So now we got runners in the corners. None out for Dale Murphy. Myers comes set. The pitch. Tough ball to handle. Hartnett tried to keep it in front of him. It's going to be another wild pitch. Chipper's going to score. Matthews takes second, and the Braves take the lead 6-5. Unbelievable. Randy Myers came in here and just blew this game. Hey, Murphy, 227 with runners in scoring position this season. They're not going to pitch to him. Randy Myers is going to give him the free pass. Runners on first and second for Earl Torgeson. And in comes to pitch for the Chicago Cubs, none other than Kerry Wood. He's got a 2-0 record on the season with a 4.05 ERA. Crushing it. Torgeson is 1 for 3 on the day. 1-1 count. Checks the runners, and here's the pitch. Torgeson swings. Flare to left. Pasco coming on, and he has it for out number 1 of the inning. Pinch hitting for Davey Johnson is David Justice of the Braves. 13 contact, 17 power. He hit the home run in the 95 World Series that helped the Braves win their title that year. 3-1 count to Justice. Wood leans in. The sign. It's hit weakly into the air towards right. Sosa lopes under it, and he gloves it for out number 2 of the inning. Braves can still do some damage. They still have runners on first and second, but Furcal is now up with 2 outs. Wood brings it into the dirt for Hartnett all the way to the backstop. Hartnett hustles to retrieve the wild pitch. Matthews goes to third. Murphy takes second. Starting to wonder if the problem was Hartnett and not Randy Myers, but who knows? Night Attack asks, how is Kerry Wood on the all-time Cubs team? Probably because of that 20 strikeout game. I would put him on my team. Also, I feel like Cubs fans loved him, even with all the injuries. I think the Cubs fans love him. Furcal still up with runners on second and third now after the wild pitch. Furcal still hasn't gotten a hit in this game. Wood goes to the rosin bag, back on the rubber. Looks in, nods, brings the 2-2 pitch. Furcal swings at it, loop to right. Sosa won't get there before it falls in for a single. Matthews into score. Murphy hustles around third. He's going for home. Furcal is in there with a 2 out and 2 RBI single. The Braves make the lead 8-5. Remember this first inning when this game looked like it was going to be a Cubs blowout? The Braves have battled back. Hugh Duffy up 2 for 4 with a double. Pitch from Wood. Duffy swings. Slider hit on the ground to the left side. Third baseman Ramirez has it. Quick throw to first, and he's out for the third out of the inning. That was a long inning for the Cubs fans as the Braves erupt for 6 runs. Yeah, I don't understand what this whole weird hatch thing is, but we've got to hurry this up so we can get out of here in time for Adam to take over with the Franchise Hockey Manager stream at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. Ball swung on, hit in the air by Andy Pafko. Garber grabs it. What? Garber brings it home, swung on, ball in the air, toward shallow right, falls in for a hit for Andy Pafko. He's going to be on first base with Rick Stevenson coming up. John Smoltz coming into pitch for the Braves. All right, we have a reliever, John Smoltz, in this team, which I kind of like. I wonder if he's got both of them. Stevenson's gone 2 for 3 with an RBI. Chicago bats with no one on. From the stretch, the pitch, the runner going. Stevenson swings, hits softly in the air to shallow left center field. Murphy glides in, and he reels it. The runner tries to get back. Murphy fires it to Torgeson at first, but not in time. Pafko is safe at first base. Are there 2? I wonder if there's 2 John Smoltzes on this team. No. We only have reliever John Smoltz. Interesting. I'm fine with that. John Smoltz, I think he's got 150 wins and 150 plus saves. Not many people can say they have that. I think one other person can. I believe that's in second. Could be wrong, but these are not the stats you come here looking for. Aramis Ramirez up with 1 down and a runner on first base. He doesn't have a hit in the game so far. Smoltz deals. Ramirez swings. Hammer to right for a base hit. Taking second is Pafko. Runners on first and second for Joe Tinker with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Tinker is hitless so far in this game. Here's the pitch. Tinker swings. Ground ball to third base. Fielded by Chipper. He takes it to the bag for 1. Then hurries to first, and he's safe. Going to second is Ramirez on the fielder's choice. Runners on first and second. Smart play because Aramis Ramirez is quite slow with a 1 speed. Ryan Sandberg up with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Has a chance to get the Cubs into the lead. 0 for 2 on the day. Smoltz gets the pitch, the sign. Swing and a miss, and Sandberg is down for out number 3. As we go on to the bottom of the 8th, the Braves still lead 8-5. Kerry Wood to Javi Lopez, who's 2 for 4 with a double. The pitch struck him out on a slider. 1 up, 1 down for the Braves. Hank Aaron up. He's 1 for 3 so far with a double. Counts 1-2. Here's the windup. The delivery to Aaron. Swung on, tapped on the ground, near the hill. Wood gets over it to field it, and the throw to first, and he is out for out number 2. Chipper up. Superstar of this game, Chipper Jones right here. 3 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBI. Wood into the windup. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball in there for the punch out. Chipper never even saw it break. And the Cubs go to the top of the 9th. Still down 8-5. Craig Kimbrell coming in for the Braves to close it out here. I think he's the youngest pitcher with 100 saves or something like that. You know, I'll just make up these stats. Sounds good, though. Batter leading off the 9th is Mark Grace. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI. 3-2 count. Check swing. He offered at it. Strike 3. And the Braves get the first out of the 9th. Coming up now, Hack Wilson. He's had himself a game, I believe. 2 for 3. He's hitless, but I think he's got 2 walks, so we just put him on base all the time. Kimbrell's ready. Into the windup. The pitch. Swung on liner to short left field, and it drops in there for a hit. Wilson keeps his hit streak alive at 16 games. Sammy Sosa up with Hack Wilson on first and 1 down. Sosa's 3 for 4 with a double from the stretch. 3-2 pitch. Sosa swings, hit it up in the air. Short left field. Charging hard as Murphy, and he hauls it in for out number 2 of the inning. Gabby Hartman having a tough night behind the plate. He's going up against Trimble with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Tough day. Oh, out for Hartman. Time is called. Hartman wants the ump to check the baseball. Kimbrell underhands the ball to the umpire. And after looking it over, the umpire tosses it right back to Kimbrell. And we're ready to resume play. Interesting. And Hartnett is going to go down with a strike 3 for his 3rd strikeout of the day. Oh, it's the hat trick to end the game. Oh, my God. 3 strikeouts. He chokes. Many wild pitches because of him. Unbelievable. The Braves win that one 8-5. Let's take a look at the line score here. Pafko went 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Sosa went 3 for 5 with no RBIs. That's a problem right there. Sosa had a double. Sandberg had a double. Pafko had a homer. Aramis is the only one charged with a error. Though Randy Myers got charged with 3 wild pitches. Kerry Wood with 1. Unbelievable. For the Braves, looks like every starter for the Braves, except for Dale Murphy, got a hit. Not bad for the Braves. Same could almost be said for the Cubs, but Hartnett and Tinker were both guys that did not. For doubles, the Braves had Hank Aaron, Hugh Duffy, and Javi Lopez all had doubles. Chipper hit an 8th inning home run. Left 5 on base. The Cubs left 11 men on base. You can't win a baseball game leaving 11 men on base. Randy Myers gets the blown save and the loss. Garber gets the win. Smoltz gets the hold, and Kimbrell gets the save. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching tonight's stream. I really appreciate it. Make sure you stick around. Adam is going to be streaming Franchise Hockey Manager 2 very shortly. Also, if you're not already, please go down to the bottom, hit follow on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. If you're watching this later on, not live, also go down there. Click on the subscribe button on youtube.com/OOTP Developments. If you haven't already, please go to OOTPdevelopments.com, sign up for the newsletter. That's where you're going to get your first Out of the Park Baseball 17 news. It's coming soon, so be ready for that. Make sure you get signed up because you'll be the first to know through the newsletter. Also, you can follow us on social media. Hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/OOTP Baseball, twitter.com/OOTP Baseball. If you want to follow me, I'm at ThatSportsGamer on Twitter. And I'll see you guys again next Wednesday. I believe it's the 10th, which I believe is the anniversary of a guy signing with the team, but I don't want to spoil it. Guy signed with the team, may have ruined his career. So, look that up. See if you can figure out what it is. If you can, tweet it at us on Twitter at OOTP Baseball. And we're going to see that guy play in next week's Game of the Week. See you later.